A Greater Bendigo councillor has called for those who don't use their recycling or rubbish bins properly to be fined or have their collection suspended. Lockwood Ward councillor Elise Chapman said locals' poor recycling habits were costing ratepayers millions of dollars and drastic measures were needed. Last week, the Bendigo Weekly revealed almost 3/4 of Bendigo household waste sent to landfill could be recycled or reused. Up to 60% of the rubbish locals put in their household bins are organics, food scraps and garden waste. About 12% of what is put in rubbish bins should be put into the recycling. The startling statistics were revealed in Greater Bendigo Council's draft waste and resource management strategy, discussed by councillors behind closed doors last week. Councillor Chapman said council needed a hard-hitting education campaign, which should be followed by punitive measures if the problems continued. She said if people were going to be lazy, we don't have much alternative. We have talked about this for 30 years. She said maybe we should look at not collecting rubbish from those doing the wrong thing. We need to embarrass people who don't recycle properly, she said. People should be given 1 or 2 warnings. We have to do something about this. Wake up, Bendigo. Councillor Chapman said locals needed to know the city's rubbish trucks had cameras on them. Things can be tracked back, she said. We need to double the size of the recycling bin and reduce the size of the normal bin. But you will still get lazy people who will put things in the wrong bin, she said. It is pure and utter laziness not to do the right thing. How long does it take? All you need to do is lift the lid on the other bin. Councillor Chapman said the city's finances could be dramatically improved if locals learnt how to recycle properly and composted their food and garden waste. People need to be told that it's totally unacceptable to be so lazy when it's costing everyone money, she said. If that $17 million we spend on waste was halved, she said, we wouldn't need to have rate increases. It is going to have to stop. Why don't people stop and think? We can't flounder for another 30 years. Carting our waste to patho indefinitely is not a solution, she says. Putting waste in the ground is also not a solution. Councillor Chapman was critical of people who put garden waste in their rubbish bin, but acknowledged there was little alternative. She said council needed to look seriously at a garden and food waste collection. That, however, would rely on the setting up of a waste-to-energy facility that would see most of our household waste recycled. It would start to hit home, she said, when people see the amount of food that they waste. People mow their lawns and put the clippings in their rubbish bins. It's convenient, but people are so lazy. I'm deadly serious about doing something about our waste problem, she says.